Okay. All right. So we're returning to the years of yesteryear, not on radio, but on television, to the time when at night in the prime time, almost every other show was a Western, or what they called at that time, in quotes, an adult Western. Not so adult, really, but that's what they were called. And again, I'm returning to singing the theme songs of some of those TV Westerns. And the first one I'm going to do is, I don't know if I did this before or not, but if it was, it wasn't a long time. I mean, it was a long time since then. But the first one is the theme song from the series Cheyenne. If you remember that show, it was Clint Walker, the tall, husky guy who played the lead. And every week on the show, he was in a different location and usually doing a different job because he was a loner and a wanderer. So he wandered from place to place. And to support himself, he was always doing something different. But of course, it always required some gunfire and fighting, as in every adult Western. Okay. Now, the theme song, the music was written by William Lava, and the lyrics were by Stan Jones, and the song was completed in 1956. The show, that was actually the second year of the show. I think in the first year, they just had the theme music, but not the words. And the show itself went on from 55 to 1963. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Cheyenne, Cheyenne, where will you be camping tonight? Lonely man, Cheyenne, will your heart stay free and light? Dream, Cheyenne, of a girl you may never love. Move along, Cheyenne, like a restless cloud up above. The wind that blows, that comes and goes, has been your only home, but will one day cease, and you'll no longer roam. Move along, Cheyenne, next pastures always look green. Drifting on, Cheyenne, don't forget the things you have seen. And when you settle down, where will it be? Cheyenne, Cheyenne, Cheyenne.
I don't think I ever missed that show.
One of my favorites, and I like the theme music too.
Okay. Thank you, Mari. And Donna, I see you have your guitar and you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. I was, it brought back memories of Rawhide. Remember Rawhide? I love that show. Okay. This song is called Comfort Ye My People. And I think I did it once before here. It was written by Joel Chernoff, who was in a music group called Lamb back in the 70s. And it's one of my favorites. It's very beautiful. I was thinking of ways to just comfort people today and just bring a hope and healing. And this song does that. So I'll play it for you now. Comfort ye my people. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say it's taken from scripture, so, like word for word, in one of the prophets. No more will you turn to another for help, for help. Nor will you turn. Oh, I'm sorry, I forget the verse. Nor will you turn to yourself, to yourself. Nor will you say, my God, to some other. For in me you will find mercy. I will heal your wrong ways. I will love you so freely. You will dwell beneath my shadow. You will be like a well-watered garden, and in me you will find mercy. Comfort ye my people, comfort ye my people, comfort ye my people. No more will you say, my God, to some other. For in me you will find mercy. I will heal your wrong ways. I will love you so freely. You will dwell beneath my shadow. Comfort ye my people. Comfort ye my people.
Thank you, Donna. You don't know which scripture it was taken from, the exact prophet, do you?
Isaiah.
I'm going to say Isaiah, yeah.
Okay,
There's another song they wrote. It's called Shuvi, which means return. Shuvi, Bat Yisrael, Shuvi, my daughter of Israel, return to me. So I think it's from right in that area.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, and, next is Bob Winkler. Are you ready, Bob?
Oh, sure. Yeah, well, we'll see. I struggled with this song. If I can talk. I'm trying. Anyway, this is from The Music Man and soundtrack, Good Night, My Someone. And it's harder than it looks, or harder than it sounds. Anyway, I'm sure Murray could pull it off, but very well. Anyway. Good night, my someone. Good night, my love. Sleep tight, my someone. Sleep tight, my love. Our star is shining, its brightest for good night, my love, good night. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be, sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. So good night, my someone, good night. True love can be whispered from heart to heart. When lovers are parted, they say, but I must depend on a wish and a star, as long as my heart doesn't know who they are. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be, sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night. Good night, good night. Something like that.
It was lovely. I only realized very recently that that melody is the same as 76 trombones. You ever realize that?
No.
It is.
But with a horn section.
Well, with a horn section, yes.
At different times.
It's your turn now.
Oh, yeah, but it still is. I thought that was very interesting when I learned that.
Okay, we're going to try a little John Denver. I guess this chronicles the life of a folk musician on the road. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. Hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking and it's early morn. Taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I let you down, so many times I played around. I tell you now, they don't mean a thing. They don't mean a thing. 'Cause every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I sing, I'll sing for you. When I come back, I'll bring your wedding ring. I'll wear your ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Please hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come to leave you, and one more time let me kiss you, then close your eyes. I'll be on my way. I dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave alone. At the time when I won't have to say, come kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't
Got one more yet.
Okay, changing the script. Okay, I'm going to try and do what I call folkify a little Beatles tune. The long and winding road leads to your door will never disappear. Seen that road before. It always leads me here. Lead me to your door. The wild and windy night that the rain washed away has left a pool of tears, crying for the day. Why leave me standing here? Let me know the way. Many times I've been alone, many times I've cried. Anyway, you'll never know the many ways I've tried. And still they lead me back to the wild, winding road. You left me standing here long, long time ago. Don't leave me waiting here. Lead me to your door. The wild and windy nights that the rain washed away has left a pool of tears, crying for the day. Why leave me standing here? Let me know the way. Oh, many times I've been alone, many times I've cried. Anyway, you'll never know the many ways I've tried. And still they lead me back to the long and winding road. He left me standing here long, long time ago. Don't keep me waiting here. Lead me to your door. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the Beatles on ya.
Thank you, Bob. That was beautiful, Bob. Okay, Steve, are you ready for us?
Yes. This month, the Broward Folk Club decided to skip our monthly song swap on account of the folk festival a couple of weeks ago. We need to unwind from that. This is a novelty song. It's actually a poem. Ladies and gentlemen, dogs without fleas, cover your ears and listen up, please. Admission is free, so pay at the door. Pull up a chair and sit on the floor. I come before you to stand behind you and tell you a story I know nothing about. Early one morning in the middle of the night, two dead boys got up to fight. Back to back they faced each other, drew their swords and shot each other. A deaf policeman heard the noise and came and shot those two dead boys. If you don't believe my lies are true, ask the blind man, he saw it too. Nice and short, that's it.
Now over to England and Bill.
Right then, I was wondering what to do tonight as I wandered home from the farm shop near me, and I won't go through the thought process, but I finished up where, if I do them, I've got two songs, and they both relate in some way to Cyril Tawney and the year 1970, which is odd. But yeah, Cyril Tawney is one of the iconic folk singer songwriters in England, particularly. Ex-naval man, submarines, wrote loads of songs. But I thought I'd do Sally Free and Easy, and this was written by Cyril long ago in 1958. But quite by chance I discovered today an old CD, a copy of an old album. Well, you can't see it. It's by a really psychedelic folk rock band called Trees. And Cyril wrote it in 1958. By 1970, Trees had managed to extend it so it lasted over 10 minutes. But I'm not going to do that, so you're safe. But it is quite psychedelic, so I'm going to pitch it a few keys above me normal, and anything could happen. But let's see if the sound travels or not, first of all. Sally, free and easy, that should be her name. Sally, free and easy, that should be her name. Took a sailor's loving for a nursery game. Well, the heart she gave me was not made of stone. No, the heart she gave me was not made of stone. It was sweet and hollow, like a honeycomb. Think I'll wait till sunset, see the ensign down. Yes, I'll wait till sunset, see the ensign down. Then I'll take the tideway to my burial ground. Sally, free and easy, that should be her name. Sally, free and easy, that should be her name. When my body is landed, hope she dies of shame. Sally, free and easy, that should be her name. That'll do.
I like it.
Thank you so much, Phil. And before we get to Lonnie, I see Jerry has just made an appearance. Yeah, without your instrument, does that mean you're not performing today, or what? Unmute so we can hear you.
I just came on. We are in New Jersey babysitting. I do have a guitar here. I've got a little one sleeping upstairs. The others went with my wife to the mall. And so, yeah, I can play some tunes, hopefully, and I'll try to keep it quiet so I don't wake anybody up.
Yeah, okay, so at least we know your status. Right now, you're last. You just came in. Okay, Lonnie, are you ready for us?
Yes, I believe I am. I have a war song today, and it's from the American Civil War, which was anything but civil. But it's called Kennesaw Line, and it's about a battle that took place north of Marietta in Georgia. And the name of the song, as I said, is Kennesaw Line. And without further ado, here we go. I am but a simple man, I got no command of the written word. I can only try to tell you all the things I've seen and heard. Listen to the pictures forever etched upon my mind. The day that hell broke loose, just north of Marietta, all along the Kennesaw Line. The day that hell broke loose, just north of Marietta, all along the Kennesaw Line. The day that hell broke loose, just north of Marietta. Well, the sun rose high above us that morning on a clear and a cloudless day. Peckerwood sat on the tree, would soon be shot away. The heat pressured down the leaves on the trees, the air seemed hot enough to catch fire. Heaven seemed to be made of brass, and the sun rose higher and higher. Well, everything got real still and quiet. My old messmate, Walter Hood, said, I believe them boys down there are up to something. Lord, I know it ain't no damn good. Storm broke and swept down on us, rumbled through the hills. Walter sighed and he dropped his rifle, saying something to me about whippoorwills. Sammy, can you hear him singing? Singing for you and me. Call on the Maury Grays, Lord, won't you carry me back to Tennessee? God bless the 1st and the 22nd, the Grand Rock City Guard. Sammy, no one ever told me that dying would be so hard. Sammy, I think I've been hurted real bad. Ain't this a hell of a day? I think you best go and let me be now, because I need some time to pray. You know how bad I've been wanting to go home, I couldn't see rightly how. Colonel Field ain't gonna have a choice this time, believe I get my furlough now. Sammy, can you hear him singing? Singing for you and me. Call Call on the Maury Grays now, think could carry me back to Tennessee. God bless the cowards and the brave alike, now that the seeds of death are sown. Lord, I pity the poor Yankee bastards who had to die so far from home. Sammy, can you hear him singing, singing for you and me? Call on the Maury Grays, Lord, won't you carry me back to Tennessee? God bless the 1st and the 27th, the Grand Rock City Guard. Sammy, nobody ever told me that dying would be so hard. Well, I told you all I'm a simple man. I got no command of the written word. I can only try to tell you all the things I've seen and heard. Listen to the pictures forever etched upon my mind. The day that hell broke loose just north of Marietta, all along the Kennesaw line. The day that hell broke loose just north of Marietta, all along the Kennesaw line. The day that hell broke loose just north of Marietta.
Very powerful, Lonnie. Very nice.
Yes, very, very.
And we got to Gettysburg a couple of years ago, and some of the other sites around there, and yeah, quite a trip.
Very, very beautiful. Okay, Debbie and Ron, are you up to it? Unmute.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to try.
That's what I like, effort.
Yes, well, if I start coughing in the middle, I'll have to stop.
No, I'm going to do this one
Okay.
first because it's always I could finish off with the better one.
Okay, so this is a
Here's
great
a song I
great
heard
round.
a long time ago by Walt Michael and Michael's and Patrice. Written by a guy named Greg
Brown wrote it.
Sounds like a football star, but
No.
I guess he's a songwriter. Well, we're on a different page here. Early one morning, I walked out alone. Walked down the street, no one was around. The sun was just coming up over my home on Hickory Street in a little park town. Ooh, we ain't the morning light pretty when the dew
along the range. It's a one-horse town, but it's alright by me. All right. Early Kansas.
Only one horse in town, Bob.
All right, now I'm going to do a traditional Irish song. This is from the Irish Woman's Songbook from long ago. So, in honor, we just passed Valentine's Day, so we're looking for some love songs. So this is not the happiest love song, actually.
Well, it's an Irish love song.
Oh, of course, it's miserable.
There's a joke about that, but I forget.
Okay. The high roads of Derry look so distant and gray, and so does lovely Johnny. He is now going away. He is going to sunny Scotland, some sweetheart to see. May the kind gods above send him safe home to me. Oh, Johnny, lovely Johnny, do you mind again when you came to my window for to steal me away? You promised you would carry me up a lovely pale line. Oh, Johnny, lovely Johnny, what has altered your mind? Oh, Annie, lovely Annie, it was all but in jest, for I never intended but to make you my best. I never intended to make you my wife. Oh, Annie, lovely Annie, all the days of my life. The first time I met you, 'tis well I know. 'Twas in my father's garden in the county Tyrone, with my wife apron around us to shield out the wine. Oh, Johnny, lovely Johnny, what has altered your mind? And the next place we sported 'twas in yonder green grove, where the blackberry bushes all around us we stood, where the oak and the apple all around us did twine. Oh, Johnny, lovely Johnny, what has altered your mind?
valiant effort.
She's not too smartish. So I can
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, guys.
Now over to England and Kathleen.
Right. Okay, when I heard Bob say I'm going to do John Denver, I thought, oh no, because I'm doing a John Denver song, but it's okay, it's a different one. I was first day out in the garden today. It was quite cold, but in the sun it was really nice, and it made me think of this song. John Denver, Sunshine on My Shoulders, because it was very cold in the shade. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a day that I could give to you, I'd give to you a day just like today. If I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song to make you feel this way. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me cry. If I had a tale that I could tell to you, I'd tell a tale sure to make you smile. If I had a wish that I could wish for you, I'd make a wish for sunshine all the while. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. Sunshine almost all the time makes me high. Sunshine almost always.
Great.
Nice job, Kathleen.
Thank you, Kathleen. I see that Laura has a microphone in her hand and she's very anxious to sing. So let's unmute her and let's hear what she has to say. Okay? You're unmuted.
Hi, Laura. Hey, how are you? I'm okay. What are you going to sing today? You raised me up? Okay. If that's all right with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love it.
If that's okay with you, that's fine, right?
Let's
it's
do
okay.
it.
They can,
Yep.
they
Go.
can not borrow it. Go. Go.
Mm-hmm.
When I enter
You raised us all up. Thank you.
Good job.
Great, Laura. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you so much, Laura. We're inspired by that. Maureen, I think it's your chance. Your turn.
All right, I'm going to sing Harriet Tubman. Okay, Laura? Okay, yeah. One night I dreamed I was in slavery, about 1850 was the time. I'm going to say it's too high. One night I dreamed I was in slavery, about 1850 was the time. Sorrow was the only sign, nothing around to ease my mind. Out of the night appeared a lady leading a distant pilgrim band. First mate, she cried, pointing her hand, make room aboard for this young woman, singing, come on up. I've got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. Come on up. I've got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground Railroad. Hundreds of miles we traveled onward, gathering slaves from town to town, seeking every lost and found, seeking the one who once were bound. Somehow my heart was growing weaker. I fell by the wayside, sinking sand. Firmly did this lady stand. She lifted me up and took my hand, singing, come on up. I've got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. Come on up. I've got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground Railroad. Who are these children dressed in red? They must have been the ones that Moses led. Who are these children dressed in red? They must have been the one that Moses led, singing, come on up. I've got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. Come on up. I've got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground Railroad.
Excellent job, Green. Great.
Thank you, Bob, where are you from? You asked me last week where I was from. Where are you from? Bob.
Me? Well, from Rockland County, Westchester, but I'm down in Florida 7 years.
Oh, okay.
I'm with him.
Right. But we know Holly Neer and Ronnie Gilbert doing that. Yeah.
Oh, great. That's where I heard it. Thank you.
Doreen, this book is about that. It's about Moses, Harriet Tubman, okay?
Okay. Oh, you told us about this a couple weeks ago. I wrote it down. Okay.
The water dancer. Please read it. It's
okay. I promise. I promise I will read it.
I love it.
So now we go over.
While we're doing show and tell, that one's well worth a read as well. A Life Imagined, I think it's called, or something. But it's a good story anyway. That well told.
Thank you all. And now
they're all into Harry.
Jerry, you're wearing your New Jersey uniform today, right?
Yes, I am. It's very confusing here. I'm babysitting not only with my wife, the kids, but a giant dog. They have a giant dog here it's like a small pony. It's a cross between a Saint Bernard and a standard poodle. I think they call it a Saint Berndoodle. You can't make this stuff up. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to keep things quiet because I don't want to wake Gideon up, who's upstairs sleeping, taking a nap. This is a Bob Dylan tune. I think I've done it before, but as with many of Bob Dylan's songs, a lot of this is borrowed material, okay? The melody comes from a public domain tune called Who's Gonna Buy Your Chickens When I'm Gone? I don't know what that song really sounds like. Supposedly this was taught to Dylan by Paul Clayton. Those of you who are familiar with the old village folk music scene know of Paul Clayton, who used it to make up a song that he called Who's Gonna Buy You Ribbons When I'm Gone? And some of the lines Dylan borrowed outright, so you'll know it. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. Don't matter anyhow. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. If you don't know by now. At the break of dawn, look out your window. I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Twice as old. Ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. That light I never knew. Ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. I'm on the dark side of the road. I wish there was something you won't say. Try and make me change my mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway. Don't think twice, it's alright. Ain't no use in calling out my name, yeah, like you've done before. Ain't no use in calling out my name, yeah, I can't hear you. Thinking and wondering, walking down the road. I once loved a woman, that I'm told. I gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. Don't think twice, it's over. So long, honey, babe. I can't tell. Goodbye is too good a word, babe. So I'll just say farewell. I'm saying you treated me unkind. Could have done better, but I don't mind. Just kind of wasting my precious time. Don't think twice, it's all right. Thank you. I'm gonna have to. I gotta plug this thing in because it's saying low battery. So I don't know what that means, but we'll figure it out.
The volume was going up and down, so.
Yeah, it's
See if it has an original sound button on it and turn it on.
Well, yeah, I'll have to see. This is my wife's iPad, and it's doing all kinds of funny things. So we'll see. Let's see.
Thank you so much, Jerry. And now from New Jersey, down to Delray Beach, Florida, and David Jones.
Hello, Saul.
We hear you. We hear you loud and clear, David. Can you hear us?
Are you talking to me, Saul?
Yes, it's your turn.
It's my turn, is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. You see, when you live in New Jersey for a long time, it takes a long time for something to sink in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll sing you a gee whiz, where's it gone? I'll sing you just a little night visiting song. You know, the guy knocks on the door and his girlfriend opens the door and she says, well, you're looking very pale. And he said, yeah, that's because I'm a ghost. And she said, that's okay, then come on in. And so he walks in. My Willie sailed aboard a tender, and where he is I do not know. Sorry, I'm going a bit lower. My Willie sailed aboard a tender, and where he is I do not know. For 7 long years I've been constantly waiting, since he crossed the Bay of Biscay. Oh, one night as Mary lay a-sleeping, a knock came to her bedroom door. Arise, arise, my dearest Mary, it is your long-lost Willie, oh. Mary arose, put on her clothing, and to the bedroom door did go. And there she saw young Willie standing, his cheeks as white as the driven snow. Oh, Willie dear, where are those blushes? Those blushes I knew long ago. Oh, Mary dear, the cold waves have dashed them. I'm but the ghost of your Willie, oh. If I had gold and I had money, and all the silver in Mexico, I would trade it all to the King of Erin to bring me back my Willie, oh. There you go.
Okay, so I think I feel good enough to sing something. David just inspired me. I'm going to sing something which is it's actually, and there are 2 versions to the song. One is an Irish version, the other is an English version. And I'm going to do the English version as done by Cliff Haslam. It's called The Old German Clockwinder. This was a man who fixed clocks, but he also had a little side business going, as you'll hear in the song. And it has a chorus too. A German clockwinder to Manchester came, and Peter Van Gerken was the old German's name. All up our street with his little brass bell, some clocks for to wind, this old German would yell. And this is the chorus. I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, in the old-fashioned way. I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, well, I winds them by night, and I mends them by day. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. He met a young woman in Stephenson Square. She said as her clock was in need of repair, she took him upstairs and he followed with delight. In less than 10 minutes, he'd set her clock right. I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, in the old-fashioned way. I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, well, I winds them by night, and I mends them by day. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Now this old German was the ladies' delight. He often went to them by day and by night. And some went too fast, like others went too slow. But 9 out of 10, he could make them all go. I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, in the old-fashioned way. I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, well, I winds them by night, and I mends them by day. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. While they were busy at what they was at, all of a sudden there came a rat-tat, and in came her hubby, who got such a shock to see this old German winding up his wife's clock. I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, in the old-fashioned way. I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, well, I winds them by night, and I mends them by day. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Our clock, it was bent and knocked out of repair. Well, that poor old German, he got such a scare that never, oh never, for the rest of his life would he wind up the clock of another man's wife. I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, in the old-fashioned way. I tool-em, I tool-em, I tool-em, well, I winds them by night, and I mends them by day. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
Ring a ding ding.
Say that again.
Okay, so now we're ready to start all over again. Maury?
Okay. All right. Didn't know such things about watchmakers, watch winders. Well, clock winders, all right. I didn't know that they were such nasty business. All right. Anyway, to continue with the theme that I started earlier, this is also from a quote, adult Western of TV. And this one was on from, let me see, from 1957 to 1962. And this was one that a lot of people liked because of the characters playing the main parts, and also because of the theme music. And the character playing the main part was James Garner, and he was playing Brett Maverick. And they also made some episodes with his brothers and his nephew. No, his cousin, I think. Yeah, Bo Maverick was his cousin, played by Robert Moore, and one of his brothers was Jack Kelly, who played Bart Maverick. All right, and the theme song Maverick. When was it written? in 1958. So again, it was not. It might have been the music that was used in the first episode in the first year, but there were no lyrics in the first year. The lyrics were written in 1958, the second year, and the lyrics are by Paul Francis Webster, and the music by David Buttolph. All right, and everybody really liked this show, and of course they made movies out of it also. Maverick. Who is the tall, dark stranger there? Maverick is the name. Riding the trail to who knows where. Luck is his companion. Gambling is his game. Smooth as a handle on a gun. Maverick is the name. Wild as the wind in Oregon. Blowing up a canyon, easier to tame. Riverboat, ring your bell, fare thee well, Annabelle. Luck is a lady that he loves the best. Natchez to New Orleans, living on Jackson, Queens. Maverick is a legend of the West. Oops, started too low. Okay. Let me see. Oh, no, that's it. I think. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's all the words. I thought there was another stanza, but that's it. So it says, Maverick is a legend of the West. Maverick is a legend of the West. That's it.
Thank you, Mary. Now, Donna.
Okay, still February, so I'm going to sing a good love song. And it's one I wrote. It's called Darling, I'll Be True. Some people know I have a Canadian husband, and he's coming back March 6th. He had to stay up there to get some testing done. He'll need some surgery, but that'll probably be over the summer. They've taken a while there for it. So this is called Darling, I'll Be True. I wrote it for him. Through the days and times alone, when you leave our happy home, darling, I'll be true. Through the cold and through the storm, love gives us strength to keep us warm. Darling, I'll be true to you. Darling, I'll be true. Darling, I'll be true. Darling, I'll be true to you. Through the night so long, baby, is your face alone I see. Darling, I'll be true to you. While you're out there all alone, the longer time you may be gone, darling, I'll be true to you. Darling, I'll be true. Darling, I'll be true. Darling, I'll be true. Take some time and you will find. Take some time and you will smile. Only just a little while. Darling, I will be there. I will be with you.
Darling, I'll be true. Darling, I'll be true. Darling, I'll be true.
Thank you, Donna. Okay, now on to Oregon and Bob Winkler.
Thank you. Thank you, Saul. Thank you, Donna. It's a nice song. Okay, so I usually always watch Sunday morning on CBS or Paramount Plus these days. So one of their features was on Diane Warren, who's a pretty cool songwriter, actually amazing songwriter, American songwriter. She won a Grammy Award, Emmy Award, 2 Golden Globe Awards, 3 consecutive Billboard Music Awards. It goes on and on. Anyway, so I thought, well, I'd see what she did, see if there's anything I could use that I was interested in. And so I found this song called Seaside. And it had some pretty good words. And then I looked it up on YouTube, and it was one of these newish songs that with a kind of music that I just don't get by some of the more the groups that play out the. I don't even think they play out; they record. So I decided to kind of Bob Winklerize it. And slow it down, and so you could hear. And the other thing was it had 4 verses, and 3 of the 4 were in Spanish. So I'm not really good at Spanish. I think I got a D in high school. So I wrote. I just didn't want to translate it, and I just decided to write my own verse. So the second verse is mine, and anyway, so this is it. Anyway, enough intro. And the music is mine. So Seaside, and the chorus is Diane's, and the second verse is mine. So anyway, here we go. City spirit. Seaside.
Bob, I could hardly hear any of the words. And I'm going to suggest to you, if you play it again next week, turn your guitar down. I don't know if you have it electrified or what, but just turn your guitar down because the words sound like they'd be nice. I'd like to hear them, okay?
It drowned out the guitar, drowned out the vocal.
That's right, yeah.
Thank you, Donna. Okay, so next we have Bob and Susan.
Okay, raise your hands if you've ever woken up with a weird song in your head going, where the heck did that come from? Okay. Here's mine. I learned it, I think, in Mrs. Lavoie's third grade classroom. Down in Mexico, where the peppers grow, there's a song they know, Chapanecas. They will dance and sing till the rafters ring, clap their hands till they sting, Chapanecas, and then with a merry sound, swing their partners round, while the busy world hurries by, swaying to and fro, down in Mexico, with a smile in each dark eye. I Chapanecas, I Chapanecas, I Chapanecas, I Chapanecas, I clap, clap.
Hey.
We loved it.
Been married to you for 52 years. I never heard that one before. Okay. I think I did this one a long time ago. I'll send it out to Kathleen because she's in touch with Doogie McLean all the time. I think she goes to his site and I think he does some lessons and stuff there. So. Song I always like, Caledonia. I don't know if you can see changes that come over me in these last few days. I've been afraid that I might drift away. I've been telling old stories, singing songs, make me think about where I come from. That's the reason why I seem so far away today. Oh, let me tell you that I love you, think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me now, I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, if it would make me more than sad. Caledonia and everything I've ever had. Now I have moved and kept on moving, proved the points that I needed proving, and lost the friends that I needed losing, found others on the way. I've kissed the girls and left them crying, stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. I've traveled hard with conscience flying, somewhere with the wind. Oh, let me tell you that I love you. I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me now, going home. But if I should become a stranger, it would make me more than sad. Caledonia, been everything I've ever had. Now I'm sitting here before the fire, the empty room, the forest choir. Flames have cooled, don't get no higher. They've withered, now they're gone. But I'm thinking my way is clear, and I will know what I will do tomorrow. Hands have shaken, kisses float, then I will disappear. Oh, let me tell you that I love you. I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me now, I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, it would make me more than sad. Oh, Caledonia, and everything I've ever had. Oh, let me tell you I love you. Think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me now, going home. Caledonia.
About Caledonia in Canada, beautiful horse country. Caledonia in Canada?
No, that's not where Doogie's from. No.
Okay.
British Heifer. Yeah. Okay, and now thank you so much, Bob, for that rendition. Now, Steve Einbinder. Are you ready, Steve?
Yeah, continuing with the Western theme. I've done this one, but it's been a while, I think. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande. My legs ain't bold, and my cheeks ain't tan. I'm a cowboy who never saw a cow, never rode the steer, cause I don't know. Ain't sure ain't to start and now. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande. I learned to ride before I learned to stand. I'm a riding fool who is up to date. I know everything in the Lone Star State. Because I ride the range in a Ford V8. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande. And I come to town just to hear the band. I know all the songs that the cowboys know, but they go around with the doggies, so I learned them all on the radio. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, where the West is wild, around the borderland, where the buffalo don't roam around the zoo, and the natives run like a rug or two, and the old bar is a barbecue. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande. My legs ain't bold, and my cheeks ain't bad. I'm a pioneer who began from scratch. I don't got it. I had a shouting match. They don't call me, I don't know what they call me, such. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay. The
Now over to England and Bill Pardon.
Right, and I'm going to continue my vague theme of things that link Cyril Tawney with the year 1970. And Cyril is a folk legend in this country, mainly because of all the maritime songs. Very few people ever think of him as an eco-warrior. And going way back, he was actually one of the early environmental campaigners, because as a young naval man, he stumbled across a subaltern called David Attenborough, who 70 odd years on is still saving the planet. And Cyril got roped into quite a few projects to support different concerts and things like that raised environmental awareness. And way back after that, in 1970, when trees were taking Cyril Tawney's songs to a different planet, Cyril was recording a song for a bunch of people who were protesting about the way the land was getting gobbled up and all sorts of horrible things. And he finished up doing something called If We Did to Their Daughters, which is quite dated and rather old English, but it's still got a message. And if it had any impact, of course, we wouldn't still be protesting about things today, would we? But they've all had a jolly good time singing their songs anyway, so that's something. And yeah, this is Cyril. They're gnawing at the moorland and they're nibbling at the shore. There's scarce a week goes by without they've cornered something more. It seems they've heard the proverb and they're taking its advice. If a loaf's already cut, who's going to miss another slice? If we did to their daughters what they're doing to our land, every barricade in Bumbledom would bloody soon be manned, and every dad in Whitehall would come marching gun in hand, if we did to their daughters what they're doing to our land. Some men poach with rod and line, and some men with a snare, but others do their poaching from a leather-covered chair. The gamekeeper is on their side, likewise the legal men, and the squire he shrugs his shoulders in the halls of number 10. If we did to their daughters what they're doing to our land, every barricade in Bumbledom would bloody soon be manned, and every dad in Whitehall would come marching gun in hand, if we did to their daughters what they're doing to our land. Make a mark upon that map, we mustn't be delayed, and pass across that rubber stamp, there's progress to be made. To hell with those petitions, we've no time to read 'em all, just pack 'em up and stack 'em in the toilet down the hall. If we did to their daughters what they're doing to our land, every barricade in Bumbledom would bloody soon be manned, and every dad in Whitehall would come marching gun in hand, if we did to their daughters what they're doing to our land. There's 20 miles of shoreline in the town where I was born, but I won't walk around it till the willow bears a thorn. They've left us scarce a quarter where a man can wander free. Yes, there's water, water everywhere, but not for you and me. If they did to our daughters what they're doing to our land, every barricade in Bumbledom would bloody soon be manned, and every dad in Whitehall would come marching gun in hand, if we did to their daughters what they're doing to our land. The wealth of Britain seems to need a smoke-infested sky. You can't have gold without the grime has always been the cry. But I once met a country chap who opened up me eyes. The piggery's just as clean, he said, as him who tends the sty. If we did to their daughters what they're doing to our land, every barricade in Bumbledom would bloody soon be manned, and every dad in Whitehall would come marching gun in hand, if we did to their daughters what they're doing to our land. When our children come to curse us, won't we all deserve our share if we leave them with a legacy of diesel-laden air? Don't pass your rucksacks on to them, they'll have nowhere to hike, and they'll put on our old videos just to see what trees were like. If we did it to their daughters, what they're doing to our land, every barricade in Bumbledom would bloody soon be manned, and every dad in Whitehall would come marching gun in hand. If we did to their daughters what they're doing to our land. Cyril Tawney.
Bill, your system sounds good today.
Yeah. He's muted. He can't
Yeah, more by luck than judgment, but it's worth keeping to whatever settings I've got it on now.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bill. And now, Lonnie.
Yeah. You know, earlier everybody was talking about Harriet Tubman. And I don't know how many of you know this, but I was born and raised in Liberia on the west coast of Africa. And the president of Liberia, his name was William V.S. Tubman. William Vicanarat Shadrach Tubman. And he was a pretty close personal friend of my father, who ran the Firestone Plantation concession there in Liberia. There were 2 plantations, and yeah, they were very close. And William Tubman, the president of Liberia, was Harriet Tubman was his great-great-grandmother. So he's a direct descendant, or was a direct descendant. He's descended himself, actually, now into the earth. But anyway, there was a celebration that was to take place with the Liberian government heavily involved, and my father decided to get a fellow come over there and appear and perform at said celebration. And that man's name was Harry Belafonte. And I've always really liked Harry Belafonte. I always wanted to actually be Harry Belafonte. And I'm going to do one of his songs right now. If I can get the piano to work. Shake, 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 Sonora. Shake, 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 Sonora. Shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sonora. Shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sonora. Work your body line. Work, 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 Sonora. Work it all the time. Now my girl's name is Sonora. I tell your friends I adore her. And when she dances, oh brother, she's a hurricane and all kinds of weather. Chum in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Chum in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Chum in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Chum in the line, rock your body in time. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sonora, work your body line. Work, 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 Sonora, work it all the time. Now you can talk about cha-cha, the tango waltz or the rumba. Sonora dance has no title. You chum in the saddle, hold on to the bride. Chum in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Chum in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Chum in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Chum in the line, rock your body in time. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sonora, work your body line. Work, 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 Sonora, work it all the time. Sonora, she a sensation, the reason for aviation. And fellas, you got to watch it. When she wind up, she bottom, she go like a rocket. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you're drumming the line. Rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you're drumming the line. Rock your body in time. Shake, 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 Sonora. Shake your body line. Work, 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 Sonora. Work it all the time. Dance, 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 Sonora. Dance it all the time. Work, 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 Sonora. Work it all the time. Now Sonora dances calypso. Left to right is the tempo. And when she gets the sensation, she go up in the air, come down in slow motion. Drum in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Drum in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Drum in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Drum in the line, rock your body in time. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sonora.
Delightful.
Thank you very much. And I come from Liberia, just the kind of music we used to do there all the time.
Thank you so much, Lonnie. And now Debbie and Ron. On mute.
Got it.
Okay. See. I'm going to do a couple of fiddle tunes. The first of which is that I got from an album, a collection of old-time Appalachian fiddle tunes. But it's like it isn't like any old-time tune I've ever heard. I don't know where it came from, and then there's another. I'm going to try to tie that in with something called the Black and White Rag, which is I heard a Texas fiddler do this. So let's see. So this will start off with Everything, which is kind of strange.
Great, Ron.
Happens when you do something you haven't rehearsed in a year. It's like, okay. Oh, goodness. Where's the front page? Okay, I'm going to end with a song here that I actually learned from Saul a couple of years ago. And this is for artists. It's still Black History Month. And it's called The Ballad of Thomas Higgins, which is based on a true story, although that's not the true name of the guy, you know. But apparently that was a place that runaway slaves often ran up north and got out on whaling ships. And the slave catchers couldn't find them, and they didn't know about them, and often the crew and the captains kind of looked the other way because they were not caring about the person's skin color. They were caring to see if they were a good worker. And anyhow, so this is a true story of this fellow that did this. Also, when they're out on these whaling voyages, they could be gone for 5 years, and they kind of stopped looking already by then. Anyway, so the melody is traditional. It's an Irish melody. You'll probably recognize it was taken from a tune one morning in May and then turned into the Patriots game. And that's the tune that the fellow who wrote this song named Jed Maurer wrote this about. journey's been long. On a Georgia plantation, in slavery was born. My mother was dark and my father was pale. So I came to New Bedford to hunt for the whale. Now I was but 20 when I made my mark on the log of the Morgan, a fine whaling park. A captain, a friend to the Underground Rail. So I came to New Bedford to hunt for the whale. Now the boat steerer kills boys and the runaway steals, but the African slaves born to work and buy in the fields. For my sins I just ran, boys, with no bill of sale, till I came to New Bedford to hunt for the whale. Our first voyage took 3 years when we finally reached shore, and the nation was torn by a great civil war. But a bold proclamation and the Union prevailed. So I stayed in New Bedford to hunt for the whale. Now the whale in life's hard, boys, it's the best that I've known. For a man's just a man, boys, and the sea life's his own. For 43 years now, through calm and the gale, I stayed in New Bedford to hunt for the whale. I stayed in New Bedford to hunt for the whale.
Feel better.
That was the same melody as with God. With God on Our Side by Bob Dylan.
Yes.
Same melody.
Yes, him too. We all stole it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Debbie and Ron Post. And now we go to Kathleen.
Hi. Yeah, right. Just want to say thanks Bob for doing the train song. He does a free concert every Saturday night on Facebook if anybody's interested. It's 9 o'clock here, so it's I don't know what it's about, 4 o'clock for you, I think. Anyway, he does a free concert every Saturday for half an hour, and he sang that song last night. And I haven't played any of his songs for a while because he's got a separate, different tuning. He tunes in open C, I think it is, and he's got his own chords. So if you go to his website, he tells you all the chords, but he numbers them rather than letters them. So I haven't played for a while, so it's a bit complicated, but I will try and do. I'd have to do 2 in the night because got to change the chord and open C on this guitar, which is only a 7/8 size, sounds absolutely dreadful. So I have to use a bigger old guitar to do that, to hold the note. So we'll try and do it one time. Anyway, I'm back to my theme this week is weather, I suppose, because this is a English golden night for English singer-songwriter, and this song is called Rainy Day People. Rainy day people seem to know when it's time to call. Rainy day people don't talk, they just listen till they've heard it all. Rainy day lovers don't lie when they tell you that they've been down like you. Rainy day people don't mind if you're crying a tear or two. If you get lonely, all you really need is a rainy day love. Rainy day people don't know that, oh no, there's no sorrow they can't rise above. Rainy day lovers don't love any others, that would not be kind. Rainy day people, oh know how it hangs on their peace of mind. Rainy day lovers don't lie when they tell you they've been down there too. Rainy day people don't mind if you're crying a tear or two. Rainy day people always seem to know when you're feeling blue. High-strapping strutters who land in the gutters sometimes need one too. Take it or leave it, or try to believe it, if you've been down too long. Rainy day lovers don't have hide love inside, they just pass it on. Rainy day lovers don't hide love inside, they just pass it on.
Nice song, Kathleen.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Very nice, Kathleen.
Yeah. Laura, you going to do another song for us today? Let me...
Can you unmute her? Laura?
Yeah.
You want to sing again?
Yeah. It's okay.
Yes. What would you
It's
like?
all right if you if I can go.
Go.
I can sing it. What song could I do? What song can I do for you?
How about, do you want to do Somewhere Over the Rainbow again? Or
Yeah,
no?
it's okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's all right.
Yeah. Way up high.
It's all right.
Yeah. Go.
Go. Somewhere over the rainbow way apart, there and the land that I heard of once in a lullaby. One day I'm a ship, high star, then make up in the stars behind me. All the rest of troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
Birds fly.
There There's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Someday we shall find a star and make up at the stars behind me. Their troubles melt like lightning drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, way bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dare to really do come true. If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't
Way to go, Laura!
Good job, Laura. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay. Good job.
Your turn now.
Oh, did you say it was me next? I couldn't hear you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So, there's a lot of talk about love songs and westerns, and I keep thinking, what am I going to sing? Anyway, so there was an English tune called "Step It Out, Mary." That went kind of, a fine gentleman was passing on a bright and sunny day when the farmer saw him coming. To his daughter he did say, "Step it out, Mary, pretty darling." He kept bringing out his daughters to show their legs. Well, Robin Williams took that song, and she made it into an American Western song, love song, with Jerome Clark. Anyway, it's called "Step It Out, Nancy," and I'll try it. Near Cheyenne in Wyoming, there's a maiden fine and fair. Oh, her eyes, they shone like diamonds. She had long and golden hair. When the cattleman came riding, he came to her father's door. Mounted on a milk-white pony, he came at the stroke of 4. Step it out, Nancy, pretty darling. Step it out, Nancy, if you can. Step it out, Nancy, pretty darling. Show your legs to the wealthy man. I've come to court your daughter Nancy of the golden hair. I have wealth and I have money, I have goods beyond compare. I will buy her silks and satins and a gold ring for her hand. I will build for her a mansion, she'll have servants to command. Step it out, Nancy, pretty darling. Step it out, Nancy, if you can. Step it out, Nancy, pretty darling. Show your legs to the wealthy man. But you see, I love a cowboy, and I've promised him my hand, and I don't want your goods and money. I don't want your house and land. Nancy's father spoke up sharply, said you'll do as you are told. You'll be married on the Sunday. You will wear that ring of gold. Step it out, Nancy, pretty darling. Step it out, Nancy, if you can. Step it out, Nancy, pretty darling. Show your legs to the wealthy man. The cattleman spoke with fury, said you will not have that man, and he rode from town in anger with his rifle in his hand. He came back from Colorado, on his pony was a sack, deep red with the blood of the cowboy slung across the back. Step it out, Nancy, pretty darling. Step it out, Nancy, if you can. Step it out, Nancy, pretty darling. Show your legs to the wealthy man. Pretty Nancy cried in anguish. She wept and tore her hair. She slipped into her father's room and found a pistol lying there. On the Sunday came the wedding. The town folk gathered at noon. They saw Nancy pull a pistol and shoot down that wealthy groom. Step it out, Nancy, pretty darling. Step it out, Nancy, if you can. Step it out, Nancy, pretty darling. Show your legs to the wealthy man. Nancy said, I am not sorry, when the jury heard her tale. Nancy said, I am not sorry, when the jury heard the tale. Though he rots beneath the ground, and I shall rot in jail. There in the crowded courtroom, 12 good men took their stand, said, we will not hold you, Nancy, for killing that wealthy man. Step it out, Nancy, pretty darling, step it out, Nancy, if you can. Step it out, Nancy, pretty darling, show your legs to the wealthy man. Well, I ruined that one, but I
Well, thank you so much, Doreen. Thank you. And now, Jerry.
Okay, let's see if that's any better. Is the sound any better? Hopefully, whatever. This thing is not, it's not charging, who knows, whatever it is. We're creeping up on the 100th anniversary of the writing of this song. We're 6 or 7 years away. This became part of the Great American Songbook. It was written in 1930 by Hoagy Carmichael. You all know the song. And it was recorded in that same 1930, Carmichael along with Bix Beiderbecke's band. Bix Beiderbecke playing the cornet. And I encourage you to sing along. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind, Georgia, Georgia, the song of sounds so sweet and clear, like moonlight through the pine. All the arms reach out for me, all the eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Oh, Georgia, Georgia gal, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. The arms reach out for me, all the eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads on back to you. Oh, Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
last time. Now it's Georgia, Georgia, Georgia. The peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia, Georgia, Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind.
Yeah, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry. It sounded much better this time.
Thank you. Good.
Okay, and you're going to be closing the show also. I just want to give you a chance. All right. And now we're up to David Jones.
That come around pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'd never heard that Soul Corny song that Bill sang before. Yeah, I wonder how many more songs he had tucked away there. So anyway, his most famous song, well, he had a lot of famous songs, of course, but I think his most widely sung song was Great Final Line, which, so I'll sing that. Great Final Line was, of course, for the British Royal Navy. All the ships are painted grey, and I guess they wanted to imagine they'd get the meals they would get if they were on a merchant ship, maybe. But anyway. Don't mind the wind, don't mind the rain, or the rolling sea. The weary nights never worry me, but the hardest time in a sailor's day is to watch the sun as it fades away. It's one more day on the gray funnel line. The finest ship that sails the sea is still up arisen to the likes of me. And had I wings like Noah's dove, I'd fly to harbor to the one I love. It's one more day on the gray funnel line. There was a time my heart was free, like a floating spar on the open sea. But now that spar is washed ashore and comes to rest at my real love's door. It's one more day on the gray funnel line. And when I gaze behind the screws, makes me long for St. Peter's shoes. I'd walk on down that silvery lane and take my love in my arms again. It's one more day on the gray funnel line. And Lord, if dreams were only real, I'd have my hands on that wooden wheel. With all my heart, I would turn her round and tell the boys we are homeward bound. It's one more day on the gray funnel line, and I'd pass the time like some machine until the blue waters turn to green. Then I'd dance on down that walk ashore and sail the gray funnel line no more, and sail the gray funnel line no more.
Bravo. Great, David. You do one of the best versions of that song that I've ever heard, really. Okay.
The verse about the spar.
Okay, so it looks like it's time again for me to do something. And I'm going to do a song by Danny Paisley of the Paisley Band. Let me tell you a little story about how I came to meet Dan Paisley. Okay, this also involves the history of the Borderline Folk Music Club, which we started. And the way I started, one year, my wife loved the sea music and loved Jeff Kaufman from Mystic Seaport. So I said, for our 30th anniversary, I'm going to have a surprise to her. I'm going to pay Jeff Kaufman to come down and do a concert. So we got my friend Steve Shapiro. He happened to have a beautiful house with a nice dome, and we were able to hear everything without sound system. And when I told her, Faith found out about it, she says, "Oh, we can't just have him come along. We need an audience." I say, "Okay." So I tell everybody to come who could afford the $20 so we could pay. We should pay the musician well. So he came down. We had a beautiful concert that night. And when we were going home, somebody asked, "When's the next one?" I said, "What next one? This is supposed to be one thing." We love this. So we started every month. We started a concert, and then we would have like either one singer or sometimes a husband and a wife, a duo. Then someone said, "No, it's a shame that we can't have a bluegrass band, in here." So I said, "Why can't we?" So I said, "Let me try this thing." So we got a hold of, I got the record of Frank and Barbara Shawgrass. I called up Barbara. I said, "Barbara, can you get a band together to play on a house?" They said, "Well, we've never done it before. 7 bluegrass players in a house, but we're going to try it." And we did it. And it was so successful. So they said, "We have to have another one." So I looked for another bluegrass band. The only way to find it, I went out to a place called Wind Gap, to a festival, and I was listening to all these people. And then Danny Paisley happened to be there, but I figured they can't afford him, So I go over to one of the lesser bands, and I said, "How much will you guys charge, to come out, to New City and do a concert for us?" The guy said, I spoke to the guy near the refreshment booth. The guy said, "Oh, we want $1,000. So Danny Paisley happened to be there. He says, "He's not worth $1,000. He says, "What's the date?" So I told him that. He says, "No, that day," says, "I happen to be going between Washington, D.C. and Maine, and I need a stop off." He says, "I'll do it for $1,000. So I lucked out, and the guy was really great. So first, he even said 600. I said, "We're going to pay $1,000. That's our, we want to pay the musicians probably." So on the day of the concert, this big tour bus shows up to Steve Shapiro's house. All the neighbors are looking, and Danny Paisley and all those guys, T.J. Lundy and all the great guys come out. And it was the greatest concert that we ever had. So this is Danny Paisley's theme song, and it's a very sad song. and it's called Leaves Mustn't Fall. Oh, the autumn leaves are falling, and the snow was soon to come. As I was strolling down a lonely road, I saw a little fella, he was sitting all alone, catching leaves as they came tumbling down. Chorus. Oh, the leaves mustn't fall. Oh, no, they mustn't fall. I'm tying the leaves so they will stay. I lost my mom and daddy, little sisters, all I have. Don't let the falling leaves take her away. Oh, my little sister's 7, and she's such a pretty thing, just as pretty as the picture on the wall. The doctor came this summer. He said that she would die when autumn leaves would turn and start to fall. Oh, the leaves mustn't fall. Oh, no, they mustn't fall. I'm tying the leaves so they will stay. I lost my mom and daddy, little sisters, all I have. Don't let the falling leaves take her away. So won't you help me, mister? Won't you help me tie the leaves? We'll tie them to the branches good and strong. And if we tie them tightly, it will keep my sister here and show the doctor man that he was wrong. Oh, the leaves mustn't fall. Oh, no, they mustn't fall. I'm tying the leaves so they will stay. I lost my mom and daddy, little sisters, all I have. Don't let the falling leaves take her away. Don't let the falling leaves take her away. Danny Paisley.
I saw a silent movie on Turner Classic Movies not long ago. It was a silent short that was made, I don't know, in the teens or the 20s, the early 20s or something, but it had the same plot. It was the same plot as the song that you just sang.
Yeah, well, Danny Paisley actually didn't write it. His father, when they went into a slough, and he heard a singer singing that, and he asked the singer, "Where did you get it from?" He says, "I don't know who wrote it. I just heard it, so it was around somewhere." So he did the arrangement and everything, so he's taking credit for it, but nobody really knows who wrote the song.
Yeah, but it's an old theme because the picture had the same plot with the little girl tying the leaves to the tree with cord, and I forget how it ended, but that was the same story.
Yeah. It's an old song, but they say Danny didn't write it. His father Chuck happened to hear it in a bar in Baltimore, actually. So now it's time to close the show. We really had a wonderful time. I see Debbie around. They recovered from COVID, and I'm on the mend now, so I still have a ways to go. So let's have Jerry bring us to a close. Okay, Jerry?
Okay. Here's a tune. Everybody knows this tune. It's got a chorus, so you should sing along on the chorus. It's an old Tom Paxton tune. Tom Paxton, of course, one of the most prolific of the folkies. And this is, if not his best known song, one of his best known songs. Your part goes like this. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. That's your part, so it's going to keep coming around. It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, made of sand. In the wake of an eye, my soul is turning. In your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You've got reasons plenty for going. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. For the weeds have been steadily growing. Please don't go. Please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. As I walk down the street, my thoughts are tumbling round and round, round and round. Underneath my feet, the subway's rumbling. Underground, underground. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. As I lie in my bed in the morning, without you, without you. Every song in my breast dies a mourning. Without you, without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. Yes, it's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, made of sand. In the wake of an eye, my soul is turning. In your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. I know that was the last thing on my mind. Could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. I know that was the last thing on my mind.
Before we go, I want to alert everybody that next week starts a new link for the next 7 shows. Okay, we've just finished up 7 shows that started the week after New Year. So our next 7 shows is going to cover from the 26th of February, which is next week, until it's going to go through March, and it's going to go until April, one second, until actually April the 9th. There's going to be total of 7 shows. And after that, there'll be a new login. Okay, but look for it on Thursday. I'm going to be sending it out. It's a new link. Forget the old link, okay? Because it's not going to get you anywhere. Okay, so good night, everybody. And,
Night. Be well. Good to see you.
See you all next week. Really.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Everyone.
Next week.
Okay, everybody who's sick, refuah shlema.
Amen.
Yes.